Are your running boards doing this? Oh man! Watch this video and find out how to fix it. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. My #1 favorite, baby. Got my favorite candidate. Look at these lights, man. Oh, I love those lights. This guy here, we got some, got some deployable running board concerns. You can see right in the beginning how it responded when the door closed. And I want to go over what you got to do to repair that and what you actually have to do as an owner to make sure your running boards are working properly. Alright, so in your owner's manual on page 78, it gives an overview of how the power running boards function. Those messages are accessed through the instrument cluster, but I want to pay special attention to this bottom note as it instructs us that we need to clean the running boards at the front and rear hinge arms with a pressure washer, because just normal operation of the vehicle running down the road, those mechanisms that move can trap debris like mud, snow, dirt, salt, ice, and when all this stuff gets built up, you may get some unwanted noises, and it may also start to do and exhibit some of the concerns that you saw in the very beginning. I have already cleaned and lubed these. The customer came and I did that, and he is continuing to experience the binding that you saw in the very beginning on both the driver's and passenger side. So let's get this pig up in the air. Okay, we're in the air. So the mechanisms we're going to be looking at, you can see how corroded they are. Just really rusty. Guy probably, I don't know, was about a month ago that I lubed these up. You can see it doesn't even really look like it. But we got a couple of electrical connectors. Same for the driver's side. They are not reversible. This is for the driver's side, but both back hinges can be reversed. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get an Allen. I'm going to go ahead and take out those two and take out those two on each side, and I'm going to actually, I'm sorry about that, I'm going to actually remove this whole platform from the truck. So here we go. All right, we're going to be going with the right way to go. All right, hopefully these boys don't strip out. Okay, came out all right. The last ones I did, I think it came with new bolts. Repeat the same thing for the back. This board did not want to immediately pop off. I had to give it a little persuasion. These bolts do got some Loctite on them. Yeah, I want to say in the box there was a bag of new Allen bolts. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and do the passenger side. Okay, last corner. All right, so remember I talked about the persuasion. It's gonna have to beat it a little harder here. It was in there. Try this one. Okay, there we go. We got this one. It's just sitting in a little channel. There we go. Okay. So that's what we were fighting right there. Not gonna hit anything, try to be a little gentle here, but that's where those bolts screw into. Alright, so the next side. Okay, passenger side. Gonna work the back end here. Oh, okay, that was a little better. Alright. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna do both electrical connectors. One. And almost two. Oh man, look at that. Nasty. Alright, so both of them have an electrical connector locating tab. You want to go ahead and take those off on each side. And the one on the passenger side. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this Torx here and the Torx at the back of the rod on both sides. I'm going to take the screws out and I'm going to remove the 313 nuts on each bracket. There's 3 on the front, 3 on the back, on each side. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to get this on the ground. Okay, I got everything off, all the new stuff laid out. One thing I did notice that the driver's side one no longer has this little shield. The passenger side, it does. Old one, new one. I did make a mistake and gave you wrong information. The back brackets will not work on both sides. I don't know why I was thinking that. The part number is very similar, so I just thought maybe the part number was the same, but obviously this pivot point needs to be on the inside. So we got the right one and the left one, and I want to show you how flimsy this is. Not flimsy, but how loose it is. Like I'm tipping it over, and then it closed. Like it's very free moving, and you guys see all the lube and grease on there. Alright, so look at this one. This one doesn't want to move very well. The strategy for the running boards, if anything, it's like your power windows, if anything inhibits the movement, it stops working until the next cycle. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and put these on. I'm going to start with the driver's side front one first. I guess we can go ahead and just throw this up here. Pretty much will just sit on the studs like that. And we're going to ratchet everything down. We're going to install our rod and then install the back one so we can mock everything up. Alright everyone, I got them all installed, still all greased up, rods installed. Don't forget about your electric connector and the twang. Got it on both sides, all good, secure. So you guys are probably wondering, the driver's front bracket is that. The passenger front bracket is that. The passenger rear bracket is that, and the driver's rear bracket is that. Alright, let's get this old girl down so we can test these boards. Alright, let's check it out. Oh man, way smoother. Quicker too. Oh man, got them 6.7s are awesome. Oh yeah. This was the one I was getting to mess up the majority of the time. Oh yeah, freaking awesome. All right, you guys, tell me what you think about that in the comment section. I don't know if anybody's ever had to replace their power running boards, but if you had to, watch this video and you can figure out how to. All right, drop me a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next Friday.